Hey family, it's your girl African Export and welcome to the realest channel on the YT. This video is actually going to be about makeup brushes. One of the family was getting on my head talking about, hey, this is the third time I asked you to do a makeup brush review, so that's what I'm going to do for you guys today, and you especially. I'm sorry. So anyway, I didn't make any special preparation for you guys. I'm just going to go through some of the brushes that I have, kind of touch on whether or not they're worth it. And mind you, I have a mixture of brushes. Some are department store quality, some are drugstore brands, some are online like Eyes Lips Face. Okay, so I keep them in these two little containers, and then I also have not even backup but just additional stuff in that makeup organizer, and I think I did a video about that. But let me start off with this cup here. Okay, the cup, I basically got this from the thrift store. That's also another place aside from your normal dollar store, Dollar Tree, 99-cent only or whatnot. Best place to go try to find you a cute little container so you can put your brushes in. Now, you know, I don't want this video to be redundant because I know there are a lot of videos about brushes, so let me just go through this as quickly as possible. There are some brushes in my little collection, like this one. This actually came from one of my employers that when I was employed years ago at a cosmetic manufacturing company, this was one of their brushes. So basically, private label manufacturing company of makeup. For instance, if you were a makeup artist and you wanted to start your own makeup line, that company had that. So someone could basically put their label on this. Not the best brush. This is kind of an all-over complexion brush for your powder, and it's okay. I mean, it's very, very soft, and I mean, that's it. So let me move on from this since you're not going to be able to get this. Let me get on to stuff that you can find. Elf. I really, really love the Elf Studio brushes. I think they're all $3 except for maybe the kabuki brush, which I think might be $5 or $6. This is the Elf powder brush. Personally, it's very, very flat, and it's very soft. They have synthetic fibers, Tecaline, I'm not sure what it's called, but I really, really like this when I either apply foundation. I know, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys give me such great compliments about my skin. It's funny. It's like the skin you win, you don't realize it, but I really, really appreciate it. And I do wear foundation sometimes, even though I don't need it. I like this brush for that. I can buff it into my skin. Mind you, did I say it's $3? I can buff it into my skin. Also, when I showed you guys the cream blush by NYX, I like to just kind of stamp that in there and then stipple or kind of stamp it on my face and then buff it in. This is really, really good for that. I would pretty much suggest, you know, go ahead and invest in the Elf Studio line brushes all together. I think the set might be $30, $35, and wait when they have some type of coupon. They have discounts literally every week. It's not any time that I've found that EyesLipsFace.com does not have some type of promotion going on. Okay, next part of the Elf is the blush brush. Also very, very soft, synthetic fibers, really, really nice, good looking brush. And the one thing that I do like about it is that the size of the brush is small enough. Sometimes you can find blush brushes that are almost too big that will apply so much blush to your face you look a hot mess. This is nice. You can go ahead and put the blush where you want it and then blend it. So this is really, really nice for that. Okay, this is part of the e.l.f. brush line, the dollar brushes. Someone I saw on somebody's blog or comments saying that the dollar e.l.f. brushes have changed. The look of them have changed. I don't know if I really don't remember, honestly and truly. I'm not trying to not give nobody their props. I really don't remember who said it or where I read it, because it wasn't recent. But this is an angled bronzing brush. I don't really know what this is made of, but I can tell you it's not as soft as the studio line brushes. The bristles are kind of scratchy. Thank goodness. I wouldn't consider myself to have sensitive skin, but I do like this to apply powder, to set my concealer, specifically for underneath here. Okay, so $1, you really can't beat that. I know a lot of us who are not MAC heads, who are not, you know, bound by the brand name of the makeup. You know, we're looking for just something that does the job. It doesn't have to have MAC stamped on it. It just needs to do what it needs to do. And e.l.f. has that. This is okay for that. Also, this is a really, really good brush. I'm just saying, a lot of times your brushes can do multiple things. I'm saying if you like to contour, because it has that nice angled shape to it, it would be great to contour the cheeks, okay? You can do that with a dark brown. You can do that with a deeper color blush, whatever you like. Okay, now since I was talking about angled brushes, let me just talk about this one. I bought this from Beauty 360. Now, some of you guys, I don't know, I just recently found out about this place. It's dirty, and this is also an angled brush. It is, I believe, it's human hair. The e.l.f. brushes. I don't get shedding from these, FYI. And this is actually my go-to for underneath the eye here. Because this is a little bit scratchy, it's better for probably contouring, if you want to do a comparison. This was about $15. If you're not familiar with Beauty 360, there may be one in your CVS. That's where I found it. Attached to CVS was Beauty 360, where they sell high-end, kind of, not high-end, but they sell, I don't know, makeup artists, makeup, I don't know. They had some name brands, but not like the stuff you see at Macy's. Check it out, look it up, Google. But this is a really, really nice brush. I mean, it's so soft, you just want to give it a name and be like, oh, muffins. I mean, that's how soft this is. So Beauty 360, it's one of their lines. Okay, moving on. I'm skipping all around. This is an e.l.f. This is an e.l.f. brush. I believe this is called the concealer brush, and that is exactly what I used it for, but I use it specifically for underneath my eyebrows. It is part of the dollar line, and it just has a really nice, small, kind of tapered, the head of the brush is kind of tapered, which is nice. Some people like to use the angled brushes. This does just fine because I like a lot of coverage. Not coverage, but I like to cover a larger area than what an angled brush will have to do. I'd have to be pulling, you know. Okay, let me keep going. I'm sorry. I want to go over stuff that's kind of worth talking about. So let me just stick to the e.l.f. because I'm looking directly at all of these brushes here, because I have a lot of the line. Okay. All right, so basically, boom. We just gonna cut to the chase and talk e.l.f. right now. So this is their complexion brush. Like I said, the hairs are all synthetic, and with the C brush, their eyeshadow brush, this is their contour brush, and this is their complexion brush. Yeah. So the complexion brush can be used for all over powder, which is very, very nice for that. I actually use this more so when I was using my e.l.f.'s shimmery bronzer. They have one called Warm Tan, and I would actually just kind of use it to highlight, yeah, it's a big brush, but that's what I used it for. That's just one of my recommendations. Use your brush for what you like to use it for, but keep in mind, blush brush, you do want one that's going to put the blush where you want it to go. The C brush, I like this brush. It's kind of has a wide yet short and rounded head, and I like to apply my eyeshadow right on the lid. It gets the eyeshadow right where you want it to go, and it picks up a lot of product. And the bristles they're tapered, and they're kind of, it's soft, but yet it's kind of stiff. This probably would also be good for some concealer because the bristles don't spread out a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? All right, so the contour brush, this is great if you want to get right in there, right in the crease. All right, this is a good one. Moving on. This is the small smudge brush. Very, very small head. You probably can't see it. I don't got autofocus, but wait till I get my MacBook. It'll be on and popping. And the angle foundation brush. I'm not sure what these bristles are made of because it doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't feel like the other ones. But anyway, this angled foundation brush, you can apply foundation. I don't. I like to use this sometimes for cream blush. Mind you, it has a small kind of compact bristles, and then it has that angle so I can get it where I need it. And this smudge brush, I like to use this particular one, which compared to this, which is their concealer brush, the $3. I like to do this for gel liner. Okay, when I'm using my gel or cake liner or even, you know, carbon black, I like to use this. It gets it right on the lash line where I need it to go. It's not all over the place. And let me just go on to some face brushes, and then I'm going to conclude the video because you don't need a whole lot of brushes. And I'm going to probably end this by showing you what I really use probably on a regular basis, or what I tend to, you know, reach for. These three. Yeah, these two. These are from Walmart. This is an excellent brush. This kind of dual fiber, almost like a stippling brush. I love this brush for foundation. Same technique that I would use with the e.l.f.'s powder brush. I really, really like this brush for that. And I've never found a brush that looks like this that costs $6. I believe this was like $5.97. You know how Walmart's pricing be whatever. You're like, where you get that 7 cents? I mean, what you... Anyway, and then this one is what they consider I believe a bronzing brush. Really, really big, thick, chunky, you know, it domed head. I like it for powder. I don't use powder all the time, but you know, honestly and truly, a lot of us ladies like to have all this stuff because it make us feel girly. Keep it real. All right, and then this, I was like, oh, I want another powder brush. Y'all already know. Girl, quit shopping. This, I'm almost sure this was from Walmart, probably $6 or so, just a powder brush, and it's not that soft. This, pretty soft, pretty nice. This, pretty good. So I think $6, maybe $6 or $7, and maybe $5 or $6. All right, so I think that's about it. I'm gonna tell you, this is basically the brush that I actually use for most of my blush. This is a MAC brush. This is their, I think it's a 129. That's what it says on it. I've had this brush for probably going on I'm going to say almost 10 years. I'm not going to tell you how I got it. I was young and dumb. But I've had this. This is what I use for my blush. It works. If you want, if you like MAC, I have absolutely nothing bad to say about MAC brushes, except they're extremely expensive and overpriced, if you ask me. You can find some decent quality brushes that will not scratch up your face from all to be damned. You won't have to go MAC. I suggest ELF. Other brush lines that you can find at some of your nearby drugstores like Rite Aid, CVS, your Walmarts or Targets. Essence of Beauty has some decent brushes. Eco Tools is also another great brand. ELF, they are sometimes located at Kmart's and Targets, and some Dollar Trees, if I'm not mistaken, do carry some of the ELF products as well. And just to conclude, let me go ahead and show you exactly on a day-to-day basis what I reach for. I need my blush always. I need an angled brush, fluffy kind of brush for setting my concealer underneath my eyes. I also reach for my concealer brush, which was $1. And that is pretty much what I go for. This is it. This is it. So hopefully that did help some of you guys. There are some really decent, and I say decent, which kind of, discounts their ability, but there are some good, inexpensive cosmetic makeup brushes that you can use aside from department stores. So I hope this helped some of you guys. Hey, if I find something else, hit me up with the different things, because you know what, you guys shoot me more ideas than I can come up with in my own head. And truth be told, the man over here, he's like, they don't know, but I'm the brain of it all. He be giving me ideas. So anyway, until next time, keep it real.